What is up? What is up? Oh, I tell you what, we better link over there too. Gonna go here, we're gonna go here. Po, po, po. Pew, 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 pew. Firing up, firing up, firing up. There we go. We're starting a little bit early. I said 5 minutes and he's starting early. Doc Dewey, nice to see you, my friend. Gore, demonetized squad calls in for duty. Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. Feel free to swear away, my friend. Nice to see everyone. Nice to see you, to see nice. Today, we're going to be looking at the priority assignment, which is in the DLC code contained within White Dwarf. It's going to be fun. I really hope. Now, just to clear things up, because I did clarify with the staff what the hell this is I'm about to embark on. This is free content for everyone. Only the White Dwarf people are going to get it a little bit earlier. This will be in the game at release. There's no DLC for the game. Nothing special, nothing extra. Although it's asking me to get something from a mission that sounds like I'm going to get something. But even the developer I asked said, I don't really know. So why don't we play it and actually find out? So to kick things off, let's fire through our options here. Ooh, we've got a possible... If anyone's not used this feature before... Good lord, all of the options are crap. What you're supposed to find is something that raises your success chance and keeps the collateral damage nice and low. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. That might do, and that's definitely not a good idea. I mean, we can risk it for a biscuit and do this. Maybe it'll pay off, maybe not. Let's just do it. Right, let's see what happens to our success and collateral. Oh, what are we going to do? Okay, so we've got a couple of options. Fight our way through. The deck's controlled by the more powerful Nomad tribe and the Raid Master. Ooh, or remotely unlock the armories. I tell you what, we're just going to fight our way through. Because that makes sense, right? That's how we roll. So this has come out at a similar challenge level to me. We're against some of these guys. Let's just see what the enemies are. Ugh, they're Rebel Guard. Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Void Pirate. Okay, cool. Let's see how this goes. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. Dewey, are you excited to make yourself a subscriber emoji? What emoji are you going to go with first? We're so near to breaking out the YouTube subscriber emojis. I'm going to leave it to the subscribers to figure out what they want. It's obviously going to be good. It's obviously going to be good. So we're on the spaceship. It's definitely a mission. I'm missing a couple of abilities for some freaking... I must have been halfway through a build when I logged out. What a freaking mong. Fortunately, I've got this other weapon set I bought earlier. So, let's crack on. See what we've got. Well, we've got a bunch of weapons or enemies. We've got a bunch of abilities, rather. I love this map. It's so awesome. Seriously, this is my favourite map. And slowing time is just amazing. Right, which ability's on which button? Let's figure that out. There we go. So we got that one there. Right click is AoE. 2 is a single target damage. The throwing grenade. So which one? That's a primitive warrior. Where is a void pirate? Unbound raider. I'm waiting to see pirates. Like it said on the description, there's pirates. Now, guys, remember, this isn't a DLC for the game. Those people that have seen it advertised as such, it's sort of poor wording from... I'm going to blame Games Workshop, but whoever put the card together, it's sort of not the best wording. And something I feel like we've kind of got to debate. Let's pull back a little bit here. Let's get some life. Let's get a little bit of that sort of life thing. I mean, they said they weren't going to do any reductions in price pre-launch, and we've just seen 50% off on the White Dwarf page. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I mean, I'm guessing it was White Dwarf saying, look, you're going to have to, if you want to be in the magazine, you're going to have to give a code. Yeah, fair enough, but, I mean, having adamantly said there will be no benefits to buying... or there will be no sales pre-launch. Having said that, a 5% discount for a magazine that will basically be not a lot of money. No, sorry, 15% discount it is. 15% of the price is about $5. Guess how much a white dwarf costs. So, okay, for people that have already got white dwarf, it's a good thing. For people that don't, yeah, okay, I kind of get it. They're not really providing any incentive to push things here, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to try and whiz through these, though, nice and sharpish. Ogren Raider. It's a pretty cool mission. No voice acting, but I just like this map, really. I'm just, if I'm playing this, I'm happy. Too much. That is what a white dwarf costs, my friend. I could not agree with you more. Like, that used to be £2.50 when I was £2.75, I think, when I was young. And back then, that was like, whoa, that's expensive. That's a lot for a magazine. Dirk dur. But, you know, let's do a bit of lightning. That's a bit more damage, isn't it? It's not a particularly hard difficulty, but that's fine. So what do we got to do here? We've got to press a button. Let's push the button. Oh, it's summoned. Oh, my God. There's loads of stuff it's summoned. That's fine. Not even a hard difficulty, even though I'm currently rocking literally half a build. This is just going to be a little quick stream, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a hardcore leveling bash at a Crusader. I'm actually going to see how far I can get in about a 2 or 3 hour stream. See if we can get double digits in the levels. I'm probably going to go with a heavy weapon guide because I've given melee a lot of love recently. And I really feel like other people need some love. What is up in the chat, by the way? Everyone's being a bit chill on a Friday night. Is it because you've got your chicken and you've got your beer in your hand at the moment? Is anyone else having chicken and chips tonight? I know it's a... Is it even a British thing, chicken and chips? I mean, fish and chips, yeah, I know that's stereotypical British, but... Chicken and chips, am I the only one? I like my white meats. Salami pizza. What is up, Alive? Nice to see you, my friend. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Again, we're just going through these DLC missions so you guys can basically see what it is they're throwing out, what it is you're missing out on if you don't have the code, and what you've got to look forward to because it's going to be free for everyone eventually anyway. So yeah, there you go. That's my thinking. That's my jam. Oh, go away, demon. Oh, 2 demons. Haha, get squished. This staff does not do a lot of damage. Deggers, how's it going, my friend? Is this Deg from Markable? Are you from Markable, Degs? Chicken and chips is indeed a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Oh, absolutely. Not even just chicken nuggets, just chicken in general. Chicken in a basket and chips. Does anyone else here do chicken in a basket and chips? Chicken in a basket is a real thing. I don't know why chicken had to be served in a basket. I don't know who came up with that. Why did a chicken need to be in a basket? I'm fairly sure Al Murray did a sketch on this some years ago. Chicken curry is the best. Well, that's just a completely different conversation. Now you're off of British food into, you know, all sorts. What, like they did there? Turret. Yep, could be using that to kill stuff right now. Not going to, though. So I can use lightning. And I could be summoning loads of additional stuff to kill. Fine, we'll use this. Oh, there's a man on it. I guess I won't be using it. Okay, fine. Everyone's everyone's come to poop on my parade. Piss in my paddling pool. Right. I don't have the actual inoculator reset active at the moment, which is really making me quite sad. There we go. There we go. Get out of it. The danger with warp lightning is its cooldown is so damn low that if you're high warp heat and you don't realise, you can summon 3 anomalies in a split second. And that could be a problem. Was anyone around last night to see the pretty amazing plus 688 difficulty? I mean, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What purpose of squads in Martyr? They are useless. I'm not sure the question there, my friend, because the... Do you mean what's the point in teaming up? If you want to see the purpose of teaming up, you want to see yesterday's stream, because we did a plus 688 difficulty mission. Pretty intense. The carry capital of the UK. I'm not entirely... Is that Liverpool? I don't know what it is. What's the carry capital of the UK? Well, so far this mission's been interesting. Interesting indeed. We need to come up with some other build ideas to see if we can maybe push 750 in terms of difficulty. I know we could. I know we could, but I could definitely squeeze out some more damage. Definitely. My build was non-optimised for shizzle. Oh, I like the little lockers here. Oh, some little seals on them too. Isn't that cute? Well, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Ex-Imperial Guards. Oh. Oh, no, we're going here. My bad. I was wondering why that door wasn't opening. Because I am a noob. A completely noob Inquisitor. Oh, you mean squats. You mean squats. Okay, I'm with you guys. I'm with you in the chat now. You lost me for a second. Suddenly changed the T for a D. Oh, there you go. Get squished. I'm looking forward to the squat model, actually, I have to say. Will I get one to go with my Isha gang? Probably not, because I don't think the aesthetics tie in at all, and I'm all about having some consistency. Are we done? Ta-da! Mission 1 complete. See you around, Harmon, my friend. See you around. Squats with a D. Yes, my friend. Squats are written with a T. But there you go. There you go. In England, anyway, we don't like pronouncing T's. Yes! Oh, that worked well. Look at that. Success level. Collateral damage, none. I'm basically the best Inquisitor that ever done was. So that was that. Now, I think we've unlocked another one. Let's have a look. Let's have another look. So there should be another one here. Another priority assignment. Good. Let's see what we get. I'm hoping in the last one there'll be something interesting. However, I know there's nothing super special in this because I didn't want to, you know, piss people off, basically, by saying, oh, there you go, testers that bought the game, you're not going to get access. It's basically just 3 levels on this map, I have a feeling. Oh, okay, just a generic ice level. Oh, pixelated teleporting beam. So what do I... Oh, it's a purge. Oh, mega pool. Why? Okay, is it going to be more effective, I wonder, to use this build? Yum, 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 yum. Lightning zap. Really, really cool ability. Does loads of damage. I just don't like the way it looks. I just don't like it very much. Like, it does loads of damage. I know it's really good. It doesn't work on ice properly, apparently. It doesn't kill cover very quick either. But it does melt people. Should we melt faces? Let's zoom in and see if we can melt his face. Blah, 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 turned into jam. Would you like to be jammed too? Everyone would like to be jammed today. I mean, yes, we need some more death animations. It has to be said. Generates a fair bit of heat as well, which is always nice. Let's see how big or how fast we can kill a marauder. I'll tell you what, we'll turn our fire shield on. And there we go. Quickish? Yeah, that's pretty fast. And you stick vulnerability on this too, and straight away you're up to doing 100% extra damage super fast. Yum, 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 yum. I like the fact of how it actually comes out the staff as well. It looks a lot better than sort of using the las pistol or something like that and doing a stream out of that, which let's face it, always looks a bit bad. Oh, I like the little warp coming out of my body. That's kind of cool. Let's see how many warp anomalies we can summon in about 5 seconds. This is going to end badly. My health seems to be disappearing as well. Go away! There we go. Oof. Yep, dual melter gun assault assassin was 100% without a doubt the best thing to ever grace the Imperium. It with melter gun, I think, is really good. You know what? I might actually, instead of being a melter crusader tomorrow, a heavy melter, I might go assault rifle crusader. Because the assault rifles are a bit more versatile. I mean, you go with heavy weapons, you've only got the heavy flamer, you've got a plasma cannon, and you've got the other one, heavy bolter. None of which really speak to me. Although I would love to make like a heavy bolter build for the for the high-level play, just to see how it goes. I mean, you can make something fairly tanky out of it, I guess. Maybe. Right, make him miss me with that goddamn awful move. I mean, whoever thought of giving a get over here move to a goddamn giant chunk of flesh? I don't know. The physics looks horrible to me. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I kind of get it, because if you got pulled to them, that would be too disorientating, but at the same time, it just looks really awkward. Whoa. Good job, their accuracy is pretty goddamn poop. Tell you what we'll do is we'll activate the free life ability number 3 here. Because, well, having a backup life is always handy. Ouch. We can kite, can't we? We can kite. And I've got knockdown on that ability, if anyone was wondering why he just fell over. I've got a knockdown on the bleed because it appears I'm using half of the build from yesterday. Heavy bolters are a huge disappointment. I would love to prove people wrong, but I don't know if I actually can, because all of the abilities that should kind of work a little bit. And there are some, because it's got such a high rate of fire, you can go with like life on crit, you can go with vulnerability on crit. There's a few cool things you can do with it. But there's still other moves that do it better. Like a streamed melter beam just does more hits per second than a heavy bolter does, I think. That's a pretty cool little feature. Let's poop that. There you go. Boop. Right, let's clean up the edge of this map. We're having to go door by door on this. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best thing about the Psyker is you start a mob against 3 demons and 2 enemies, and you finish a fight against 8 demons. It's pretty good. I really like the Psyker, to be fair. Yesterday, I thought my heat management was very good. I have to say the build was quite nice. Kind of sucks that I've got the passive that makes me do more damage when I'm high heat as a class bonus. Kind of sad that you can't change the subclass perk in case you decide to suddenly change build. You can't get the damn subclass perk that would suit it. Yeah, it's mainly for the Psyker, because the one I've got plus 20% damage when on max heat, I just don't think is very good. Right. Let's smash these. Oh, we're just gonna, yeah. Even the stream ability's just got no hope. Look at that lightning go. How? Maybe we should have tried lightning yesterday. I do really want to do a more damaging build though. Right, that was mission number 2. Let's try mission number 3, because there's 3 DLC missions, and then I've got roast chicken. So let's give a bash at the last one and just see what it's about, see what's going on. Again, it's just a bunch of missions, I believe. Although it does say you're doing it to get something for the Imperium back. I mean, okay, not too much to read there, thankfully. Operation successful. Continue. Oh. Wow. God damn, look at that. Look at that. That's just disappointing, really, isn't it? That's just... Incentive, Neocore, incentives. They're kind of missing. Let's try the last one, though. That wasn't the last one. I believe there is 3. The heavy bolter can be accurate at range, but the problem is that it takes a long time to get accurate at range. You have to do the wind-up ability, which you can do, and you can even apply bonuses to salvo abilities, which is, I think it is a salvo ability, but you're right, though, that it's not particularly great compared to a sniper, because you can't even kite with it effectively, so you're kind of... Well, that being said, you're still a Crusader, so you're a tank, but I might go heavy weapon tomorrow, just to see if we can make it interesting. Of course, the movement speed is super frustrating, though. That is...
confirms that the stolen relics are on site.
Ooh.
Exact location unspecified. Oh, and the Navigatorium reports rising fluctuations in the wall.
The Navigatorium. Easy for you to say. Oh, didn't mean to press that. Sorry, I was just listening to my captain. This is your captain speaking. Apparently some people were offended by the fact she announced herself as the captain within the intro. Because pilots in 40k do not follow common sense. Right, there we go. I think Dewey had a good response to that, as to you're on a ship of about, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people. I think it's fairly reasonable that you would announce yourself when you speak to someone. It's more than likely you're going to have a couple of people that sound similar. I don't pick up a telephone and just start talking. Mind you, you can see who's calling you on the goddamn intercom. That's something to think about, I guess. Whoa, step off of that, actually. Oh, we don't have a working map, do we? Okay, that's fine. We don't need it. It's stolen relics. I kind of agree with you that the plasma cannon can do some things better, although I think the fact that it doesn't overheat and has a reload that can be reduced is still quite a nice feature. I think if you want to make a good heavy bolter build, though, you've got to go with shots per second stuff. So effects that happen on hit, like, for example, vulnerability, like life on critical hit, like X on X effect, etc. I think there's some stuff that can be used to make a heavy bolter a little bit more effective, but I'm not saying it turns out to be an amazing build. I'm just saying if you want it to be good, that's probably the way you would do it. What is up, Operator Hoot, my friend? What is up? It's nice to see regular names in here. I tell you what, I've only started streaming semi-frequently, semi-recently. How long ago was it? Maybe a couple of weeks. Before that, I wanted to stream for a long time. I was going to wait for the game's release. Then I thought, I'll wait till Psyker. I'm really enjoying it. It's fun. I haven't streamed in a long time. I used to stream Smite a lot. Back when I was in the Challengers and qualifying for the Pro League, but haven't streamed. That was back in Twitch. That was a long time ago. That was a long-ass time ago. Another lifetime. That's what it feels like anyway. But it's nice. I enjoy it. Oh, there we go. Especially when people are all talking about 40k, which is something I like. I like to crack out the neck beard every now and again, but I'm going to be honest, like, I can't grow a proper beard in life or a proper neck beard. I'm only sort of a dabbler in the lore. I know bits and bobs and certainly, I guess that applies to most people, to be fair. But I'm certainly not as neck beardy as some. But, you know, it's a work in progress. I try and study up the bits I feel like I need to know to be relevant to this. Had a good read about Valkyries. Can they travel in space? That was a hot topic for a long time. Fortress monasteries too. What exactly does qualify as being a fortress monastery? Doesn't help that they've got loads of pictures of fortress monasteries that are giant floating sort of island types things. And yet they've also got books where they've got ships that have been adapted to become fortress monasteries. I mean, 40k, Games Workshop really makes it hard for itself. Let's be honest. Right. Pow, look at that damage. Look at that damage. Yet you could certainly go for a suppression build via the heavy bolter, but I do think a damage build is capable. You know what? In your name, my friend, we're doing a heavy bolter build tomorrow. We are going to level a heavy bolter Space Marine. Whether it's painfully slow or not, it will be interesting. Might not be good. I'm really enjoying being on a map that is not really a map. Now, the question is, at the end of this, are we going to get anything interesting? Because the description was sort of that you need to do some stuff to get some things and do some bits and bobs. But I have a feeling this is going to be the sort of thing scattered through an area that might appear with the season content. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I don't even know if this is something they just made to keep White Dwarf happy. I don't know. I'm liking the map. I'm liking the map. Aesthetics are cool. Aesthetics are good. I like the low lighting version of this map better though. Pow. Don't see it very often. Ooh. Green item. Touch my bad self. Right. And let's slow him down. Yeah, that's right. Uh-oh. And pop. There we go. So, 2 more to get and no map to check where they are. We'll just go walking and see what we find. If not, we'll just have to sort of guess. The map does not correlate very well with the mission. Yeah, we'll kill stuff first. I think that would be a wise choice. I mean, I used to use heavy bolter a lot. I have used the heavy bolter plenty in my time, so I'm familiar with it. It's not the best weapon, but I do still like it. Right, come on. Smush. There we go. Smush, 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 smush. Right, one more to go. And burst them. I'm really looking forward to actually having an animation for that move. Oh. The thing is, though, my friend, all attacks are immobile when firing. This is a top-down click to move ARPG. It's not a twin stick, so everything is immobile. Oh, no. Oh, I see where this is going, and this is awkward. We've got, like, a bit up there to explore, but I don't think there is a bit up there. Aha! This map's not aligned properly. I need to have a chat with them about this. They've made some DLC that's not lined up properly. Okay, we stopped the summoning, though. And while we're here, I think it's probably worth using that ability. Slowing time is just super cool. What is up, Mac Lee, my friend? Nice to see you. It's going to be a little bit of a quick stream today, guys, so don't get sad when we go in a little while. We may do another mission afterwards, or perhaps we'll look at a heavy bolter build for tomorrow. See if we can do a little bit of theory craft together. But I just wanted to check out these missions. I wanted to just run through them because some of you may not buy White Dwarf, some of you may not want to spend $5. The stuff that's in there is coming anyway. It's all free. Right, okay, so that was that. That's that all done. So, THQ Space Marine, you lock out your legs and fire... Yeah, I know. Stand with your legs akimbo. I mean, yeah, the animation could be perhaps a little bit nicer. They do have the backpedal ability, but that's only one of the 4. It's not one I'd use per se very much, but... final words. Mission successful. So we're going to get a reward, I wonder. Let's have a see. One attribute point. Yes. Pow. Oh. And here we go, boys. 50 glory for anyone that keeps telling me the glory system's broken from this. Living proof that it's not also broken. Yeah, dem pirates were not quite present. Let's see what we get from the box, though. Unique item, something special, something awesome. This way comes... stun grenade. Meh. Okay. Well, we got an attribute point from the DLC. So, was it worth it? Yeah, of course it is. Is it worth spending $5 for? Of course not, because it's being wiped at launch anyway. All of this is absolutely irrelevant, and this content is free. We're just getting it accessed slightly earlier. It's just a bit of promotional material to try and encourage some people into the game. But let's face it, if you use that little card thinking you're getting something special that no one else is getting, well, you're not. So, let's quickly spend that there. Let's just log out and jump on our Crusader. Fonzarelli, my friend, I love your name. I love your name so much. It sounds like a pasta. It's beautiful. No, I'm afraid there's no news on the roadmap at all. No news on the roadmap whatsoever right now. All we hear is quote-unquote soon. We know the developers want to give us a roadmap too. We know that. You know, we know they want to do that. But it's not happening. Not yet. Not yet. Now, have we unlocked a heavy bolter? Because this is going to be difficult otherwise. So, let's have a look. We've got heavy flamer. I mean, we could make a build around that for now. It's not quite what we're aiming for, is it? Stealth bodysuit, I guess. Oh, no. Don't want to sell that. Come back here. Can we craft a heavy bolter? Let's see if we can buy the recipe first. Miscellaneous. Neela. No. Do I already have the recipe? Let's find out. Do you start with a heavy bolter? I wonder. Do you start with a heavy bolter? Right, let's... Is it listed under heavy? Let's have a look. Ranged heavy gun. None. Okay. Let's try something. Because I think you start off. If I remember with a heavy bolter on the heavy class. Let's have a look. Our Crusader, heavy gunner. That's not a heavy weapon. That's not a heavy weapon. Level 18. Oh my word, we're going to have to work hard for a heavy bolter tomorrow. That's kind of disappointing. I mean, yeah, you could send me one in the post. If you're online at the moment you can send me one over. Just a generic one. That would be kind of cool, just so I can look at the abilities. Because I just want to talk through a build that we'll probably use tomorrow. I'll be logged in on this character, so let's have a look. No, I'll tell you what, we'll wait for Dewey to send us one over. No, my Crusader's not level 18 yet, it's level 8. However, if you could send me one, just so I can look at the damn item, that would be kind of handy, because then... Actually, I think I've got a heavy bolter on my Psyker in the equipment. Oh, a bit of logging in and out for a moment, guys. La-da-da-da-dee. I know I've got some heavy weapons. Let's make a heavy weapon build, and tomorrow we will use it. Scorch, let's log in. Yeah, I won't be able to use it. It's just purely so I can reference the abilities, to be fair. We've got a... I've got a heavy bolter. Don't worry. Don't worry. False alarm. It's even a freaking relic. Pop that there. Pop that. Pop that. I mean, heck, I could have just done the build on my damn Psyker, but I guess they are slightly different. We'll go back on Smoosh. Go back on Smoosh, and we'll have a quick see as to what could be done for a heavy bolter build. See what's viable here. Heavy bolter. We'll bring that into the equipment. Again, we're not going to be able to equip it, but we can have a look at the abilities. They're all long range, which I do kind of like. Now, the fourth one is just purely, I'd say, a suppression, but the knockdown is nice. It is still of some use, because basically you can knock down regular mobs. If you're on a really difficult mission, it comes with a knockdown, which is nice. Shock is also fairly good because it lowers their attack speed by 40%, and you can increase that up to about 75%. So... you can increase the shock effect and duration by a lot, so that's worth considering as well. And as well as that, you can do extra damage. Excuse me, having a little cough. You can do extra damage to stun, shock, slow, etc. So, disengage. Let's have a look at damage here. Primary ability, low damage, but it does fire up the longer you do it. Secondary ability, moderate damage, more accurate. Third ability, backpedal. Level 13 is not too bad, yeah. I mean, we can be there fairly soon. Range damage, damage on cover, blah, 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 blah. The thing is it's got a really high rate of fire if you're using the first ability, and I kind of think that's where the main benefits could apply. Although, I really do think as well you could use a Hellstorm build. So if you wanted to rock with Hellstorm, which does a shock and a knockdown, for example, and I believe it does... Does it do much suppression damage? I used to do loads, but I'm not even sure now. It's channeled, worth remembering that. So if you let's take all these out for a moment and do some theorycraft. Get out of it. We're not going melee anymore. Melee's poo. Why you can't just right-click them, I don't know. Oh, it's painful. We'll take those out too, but we'll leave the others in because they're mandatory. Right, that. Oh my god, here we go. Nearly done. Got a lot of skill points, actually. And remember, every single time they come out with a new season, you're going to get more skill points because the level's going to go up. So we're going to get a lot. We are going to get a lot of skill points by the time we've had a couple of seasons. You know, it's going to go up quick. So we know we can apply a shock. So straight away, what we can do is we can go into the ranged combat and we can go bish, bash, bosh. And we're doing 5, 10, 15, 20 extra damage to the shock target. Very, very nice. Very, very useful. What else can we do with shock? We can also go to the debuff tree. Now, increasing the duration, well, if you're kind of hitting them every second, it's not maybe that relevant. But it's normally for 3 seconds, so 1, 2, 3, 40% extra. Okay, 4.5 seconds. Is that really worth it? Well, 20% bonus to shock effect. It starts at Let's have a see. Now, I have to say I don't know how this stacks because it starts at a 40% damage speed, attack speed reduction. Does that turn to 44 or does that turn to 60%? I imagine it's 60% attack speed reduction. I think is pretty good, to be honest. And damage bonus on targets affected by a slow. Somewhere here, I believe it also slows targets that are shocked. I can't remember exactly. Other options, I think, for a heavy bolter. I tell you what, my friend, a clear all button would be nice. Other things we could do, we're rocking a physical weapon, so we could definitely go for things that apply on hit. Now, here's one I don't really like. The top one of this tree. Now, this one's fairly good. Critical hit will apply vulnerability to a target, so you could quite easily have a critical hit combined with this. That could kind of work. Obviously that's going to be pointless. You could maybe go with, no, you've not got anything bleeding. You can go up to the top. Now, in theory, you can get up to 30% super fast with this. You fire off 30 bullets so quickly, but if you're hitting multiple targets, it's kind of useless because it's going to be resetting so often it won't be of any use. But if you want to use this to pummel down one target incredibly quickly, that could definitely work for a heavy bolter. Bleeds, no use. Again, no use, no use. So at the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 physical damage for 5 points, not particularly great. Critical strength, semi-good. Critical hits get vulnerability, fairly good. Physical damage gives the extra damage. It's not bad. It's not bad. It could be a little bit better, I think. Something else I think works quite well is this. Because you've got so many hits per second, you could pretty much use this on its own. So the first one doesn't hit. Second one, 2% crit. Second one, 3. Third, fourth. And the rate you fire at is something like 4 rounds a second, so you're going to be critting a lot more often. Can use the range combat tree again? You're going to have to say that in English, Doc. Can I show? Can I show the ranged combat tree again? So other reasons I like this tree is the 30% reload time bonus. For a heavy weapon, that's pretty useful here. It is a channeled ability, so top stuff here. The 1 second charging bonus to barrage, I don't think it actually qualifies as barrage, if we have a look. It does have a ramp up time, but it's not a barrage ability, I believe. It's a bit confusing. Oddly enough, these are both also single target, which is kind of interesting. This one is not, but the first two are, so that's another option we could go in. So thus far, crits I think are going to stack fairly well with the physical attacks because you're going to get the vulnerability up fast, and if you get vulnerability up fast, you're going to be doing literally double damage. If you're fighting against hard enemies, of course. So I would be very tempted to go bish bash bosh, stick a couple in there. Healing 1% per crit is not great, let's be honest. That I like. Fairly common sense if you're trying to do on-hit effects. And crit hits providing a bonus focus point I also like quite a lot too. You have to waste a point here to get it, but I do think it's worth. And lowering suppression is pretty good. Let's be honest, 5% critical chance and 10% when they're red means that if they're stun locked, you're going to go through them like a butter. However, there's other builds we could make from this. Now, this is fairly good too. If you've got a high critical hit chance and you kill them with a critical hit, the extra 10% damage for a few seconds is fine, but on the harder difficulties, it's just never going to get to a point where it's relevant. The suppression damage is okay too if you want to build an anti-suppression build via criticals and doing extra blah 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 blah. That's doable. Single target, is there anything for a heavy bolter here? Let's have a look. No. Maybe 5% crit for the first attack, but then you're having to waste a few pretty crappy points to get there. Suppression damage, not too bad, but that's going to be useless, no good. You're not going to get many one-hit kills, so that's useless too. 10% damage versus enemies below 30% health is not a bad one, but by the time they're at 30% health, so only 30% of the time you're going to be doing 10% damage. So that's basically 3 and a third damage. Nah, not for me. Not that good. And killing with a single target attack reduces the skill's cooldown by 30%. If you're playing on a really easy mission, you could use this to increase your rate of fire, I guess, because it will lower the global cooldown, maybe. No, I don't even think it does. I don't even think it does, but you could maybe use that. I don't think it would work, though. What I'm saying here is that it actually looks like... okay, yeah, you could boost the suppression with this, but aside from that, I think the single target tree is actually useless for the heavy bolter. Absolutely pants. Damage over time, nothing there. Suppression, well, the suppression tree is kind of always good. The movement tree might help compensate a little bit with 10% movement when not in combat, just because you're going to be so feckin' slow. The support tree, maybe. You can get focus regeneration, which is super handy if you want to be spamming turrets all over the place, and that's probably what I'll build, is a turret build, because those guys actually dish out a fair bit of damage. Focus points healing you too, that can combine well with the criticals, generating extra focus. All looks pretty useful. Execution tree, not of much use. We've kept these here just because the inoculator is super good. Tomorrow, guys, I think I'm going to level through with this Crusader. In terms of where I'd stick the remaining points here, would probably all be there. Stick that there, and that would probably do me. I mean, in terms of spending these points, that's going to get me up to 12% critical, which isn't too bad. Granted, I'm getting a little bit extra from here. Or am I? It used to be the case. I don't know even if it is anymore. What am I getting from spending points here? Do these no longer give you stats? Oh, that's pretty shocking if that's the case. Oh, no, they do. Virtue, focus, and suppression damage. Hit points, no good. Melee and range damage bonus. I mean, to me, that's the best one. You get movement speed as well. Critical chance, bonus versus elite and bosses. Much better. Is this any good? Yeah, okay, it's tanky. It's fairly good. Hit points are valuable, but you don't get many per point invested. You get... and here's the thing. 200 points there. You're getting 40 points per point invested here. 40 points. Damage, 4%, 5. Okay, so you've got 40 health or 1% damage. Well, if you're over here, you can quite easily prioritise health, get 150 with 1 point, which would normally be compared to 1% damage. So, me personally, I would generally always go for damage with the heroic deeds, unless you really want to have a stupidly tanky build that's just unkillable. But well, the thing is, Viserys, is there's a lot of weapons that if you think there is something better, so it's pointless, there's a lot of weapons that are in that category. I mean, really, you could argue all but about 2 weapons per class are no, maybe that doesn't apply to the Psyker, but there is a lot of stuff in the game that you would see as pointless if you're not looking at what you can achieve with it. And it depends what you're aiming for, because this could apply vulnerability very quickly to a target, physical vulnerability, much faster than a bolter could. So it could potentially allow you to kill a boss fight quicker. It can also do more suppression if you've got more people with CC. If you're just speaking about single player, I kind of agree with you. But if you're speaking about overall usefulness, then I think some weapons have their place in a team setting which they don't have within sort of any other setting. Now guys, I wanted to keep this to about an hour. We're creeping up 45 minutes. Well, we've accidentally clicked on the star map, but I'm going to be using this build tomorrow as soon as I've unlocked the heavy bolter. For now, I'm actually going to call it here. Just a little quick one. I may come on later, but again, I want to save myself for the weekend. Just wanted to keep it a short, sweet video showing you guys through the new DLC missions. If you've just missed this stream and you've just joined, once it's processed, I'm going to stick it up on my Patreon. So if you want to see the DLC missions, just wait about half an hour, jump on the Patreon, you can watch me play through the DLC missions. However, I will state for the record once more, it's just 3 generic missions. It looks like they've cut and sort of organised the map in a certain way, but it's really not much to sort of see. Doom, technically it's not a DLC. I'm referring to it as DLC because you enter in a code and you get it. It's free content that we're all going to get. It's in the final game. It's just that the White Dwarf people are going to get it a little bit earlier via a promotional code. It's kind of a bit odd, I will admit, but I don't know, it's just marketing. But they're 3 tiny missions. They don't need testing. I know some people are going to say, oh, we should be testing them. We should be, you know, making sure that they're all working. It's just 3 missions. They're missions. That it's nothing really that you're missing out on. No special items. You get 1 attribute point for doing it. So that is something at least. So if you do have a friend with a White Dwarf copy and you want an extra attribute point, hit them up. And there you go. Guys and girls, I'm going to see you tomorrow with probably a 3-hour stream. It's going to be a long one, but again, I want to do A, leveling to see how fast we can level, and B, I really want to bash out the heavy bolter builds and see if we can make something viable, hopefully by the end of the day. And then on Sunday we can do a stream max difficulty with a Crusader this time to see how that works. Guys and girls, it's lovely seeing you again. Just a brief one today. We'll be back tomorrow, probably around lunchtime, for a good 3-hour stream. Take care of yourselves. All the best.